Hi, thank you for being here with me. My name is Ella, and I've been sitting here trying to figure out what I want to talk about today. I don't really know, guys. My I'm just sort of in the last stages of trying to figure out my bag situation because initially I was planning to have just one checked bag and then one carry-on. But I think really for this flight, because I'm literally traveling to the other side of the world, and I'm going to be one of my flights is literally 16 hours long. I thought it was 15 hours long, but it's actually 16 hours long. Granted, part of that has to do with taxi and takeoff time. That's factored in. But still, that's just a lot of time to be in a silver tube in the sky, where you just have um, limited mobility. Yeah. So since I have, I am I am someone who just needs certain things to be comfortable. I also, since I haven't traveled internationally in such a long time, I had to get like a new neck pillow, and I had to get a new eye mask and earplugs. Earplugs are no big deal, whatever. But I have all these little things that I also got. I hate even admitting this, but I literally saw it advertised on Facebook. So yeah, go advertising because it does work. But I got a hammock, like a foot or leg hammock, it straps on over the tray table, for the seat in front of you, so that I can put my legs in there and elevate them in different ways. Um, so I'm excited to try it out. I also got some compression socks. Um, so it's like I have all these little things that I'm going to have to carry with me that I'm going to need at my seat. But then I have other stuff um, you know, like my travel yoga mat, for example. Be really handy to have that, um, you know, for when I'm during a layover stuck in the airport. Be really handy to have that. Granted, you don't have to have a yoga mat to do yoga, but it does make it a lot easier because then you don't slip around everywhere. So there's that. Um, I got a mask. Actually, my friend that I'm staying with, he actually got one for me. Um, there's a little bit of a story there. I had been searching for one, and he literally the same day that I was searching for one, he had two of them come, and there were different kinds. And I looked at one of them that he got, and I was like, this is probably really what I need. And but then I couldn't find it like everywhere on Amazon, on all of Amazon. Was sold out until after I leave. And I was like, well, that doesn't do me a whole lot of good now, does it? So, anyway, so I mentioned that to him, but then I forgot about it, and I was looking on other websites. And um, anyway, so when I got back uh, from the hotel the other day, what? Yesterday. The other day. It was only yesterday. Okay. So when I got back here, he had gotten me one. He had found somewhere where they still had availability. And I was like, that's really sweet. So anyway, yeah. So I officially have a mask. I actually did find a place to order one from. It's supposed to come tomorrow. So, I don't know if that's, so at least I'll have a choice of, which one might be more comfortable, more effective, all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's no fun to wear one. It's really not. But that it's better to wear one than it is to get sick. So there's that. I had to, anyway, so there's all kinds of stuff that I'm going to need to have with me. But so also because I'm on an overnight, like I'm on such long flights, I'm going to have to bring like change of clothes and my toothbrush and toothpaste and stuff. But I don't want all that stuff at my seat. It's just going to take up unnecessary space. So basically, me not being so, like, I'm so methodical, and I try to think of all of the scenarios because planning is just not my forte. And so I really have to kind of try out different things and whatever. Luckily, since I'm not working, I have the luxury of being able to do that at my leisure. So I'm actually not feeling stressed out or anxious. I'm just like, okay, well, I don't know if that's going to work, but we'll try it. And, so I'm kind of just fiddling around with that stuff. It's really not very exciting to talk about, but there you go. So I did want to update those of you who have asked me. My kitty is actually she's doing pretty well. She used the litter box. She's, the staff are making friends with her. So she's doing well. And I feel really confident that she just could not be in better hands while I'm away. And I've actually thought about, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. I've thought about actually not bringing her back here at all once I return, but actually extending her stay, because I'm going to be going to Hawaii for 2 weeks. But also, my friend honestly is not, it's nothing at all against my friend. He would much prefer that I don't have a cat here. So I'm, at this point, I can't afford the expense of having her, keeping her there, because they actually have senior kitties that they have boarded for longer periods of time, like for people who are going to be either out of the country for extended periods of time, or they travel out of state for work or whatever, or they're in the process of moving. They actually said that they have had cats that they have boarded for like over a year. And I'm like, I can't even wrap my head around that. It's like, you would think at that point, wouldn't it make more sense to rehome the cat? But, anyway, I'm just kind of babbling at this point. The point is that I feel confident in what she, where she is. And, I feel like even if she doesn't survive the whole time I'm gone, she really could not be better cared for than she is right now. And so that puts me at ease. That definitely puts me at ease. It's quieter here without her. That said, I did get to sleep in this morning, which was real nice. Because normally Brianna's like, meow, 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 at like 7 o'clock or earlier, because she wants out her food, but I have to keep her food closed off and away. Otherwise, Hugo will find a way to get into it. So he cannot be in the room that I'm sleeping in at all while Brianna's food is accessible. So it poses a logistical challenge, and he has gotten into her food before, and it's really bad for him. So, cause he's so little, he's only 6 pounds. So, it's really, really bad for him. Anyway, so, I'm still just in a rough place with my grief and the loss of my friend, and how the whole community is kind of grieving openly about it, which is, that's actually good. It's just that, you know, there are some things, you know, being expressed that's like, that's, you know, it's kind of hard to read. So I'm engaging as I can, and I'm stepping back as much as I need to. So I'm taking care of myself, in other words. You know, I can't help but think about, you know, literally he touched thousands of people's lives, thousands of lives, that, and obviously including mine. And what a terrible shame that he just didn't have, he got stuck in a moment. He got stuck in a moment and he couldn't get out of it. And yes, I am quoting a U2 song that was actually written for Michael Hutchence, the lead singer of INXS. That's who that song is for. Stuck in a moment and you can't get out of it. Because if you aren't familiar, Michael Hutchence committed suicide by hanging. So, yeah. This world is hard, you guys. It is hard. It is so hard to continue to be present, to continue to stay in the now. Because there's just so much happening, and when you have everyone, I believe that everyone, even people that you know, we would proclaim as evil, I believe that everyone has light within them. It's a matter of it's a matter of so many things, really. You know, what do you do when your light goes out? You know, like I was talking about yesterday, what do you do when you lose the ability to function? The important thing is that you have a framework already set up in your world, so that you kind of have like a protocol that you can follow when you lose the ability to function and when you just shut down. It's like, well, what's your protocol? What do you do to care for yourself, to get yourself through that moment? Because it is a moment. It is an instant in your life. It's not forever. Nothing is forever. Everything is temporary. So what do? You know, what is your protocol? Do you have mental health professionals that you are, you know, regularly seeing, or who can make availability for you at a moment's notice if needed? Do you have, like, are you familiar with what mental health services are available in your area? Are you, you know, do you have friends that you can reach out to, or anyone, friend, family, stranger, sponsor, whoever, that you can reach out to in a moment of need, who can, if they can't physically be there for you, they will be there for you, you know, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, in, you know, in every way that they can, in every way that you need. You know, it's like, what is your protocol? What is your process when you get to that place where you are stuck in a moment? I think that's kind of the point of what I was trying to get to yesterday, of allowing yourself to be helped, allowing people, professionals as well as people who love you, to be there to help you. And so I think that's something that you have to really kind of think about and consider, like, well, And that means you have to be aware, self-aware enough to be able to identify what you do need in those moments. And so, if you, that's a great conversation to have with a counselor, or a coach who can sit down with you and kind of go through and actually identify practical, very clear, concise, like courses of action for you to take when you get to that moment where you're like, I can't do this. I can't do anything. What happens? So, so it's something to think about of, what do you set up? What kind of framework do you have set up for yourself to keep yourself safe? I think that's actually quite critically important. So anyway, something to think about. If it helps you to actually have a physical list, then make one. Okay, I have lists for my list. Okay, like, because me trying to hold mental checklist really doesn't go well, because I'm like, there was a thing, there was another thing that was supposed to be here, and I don't remember what it is, and I can't remember, and I'll never remember until it's well after the fact. I'm like, oh yeah, oops, forgot about that. So anyway, whatever. I'm just babbling. I know that yesterday's video was really heavy. So, and you know what? I was in a really heavy place. I was in a really heavy emotional state. And the past couple of nights, last night and night before, I actually got really, really good sleep. Like, just solid, hard sleep that I have desperately needed. So I feel better today. I've been moving as slowly as I want to. I've been doing as little as I feel like, like if I haven't felt like doing anything, okay, fine, no big deal. And again, I have that luxury right now. So I'm taking advantage of it because I can. Anyway, I think I'll go ahead and close. I just want to say thank you so much for the positive feedback that I've gotten. I've gotten so much positive feedback from the video I posted yesterday. I think it's not hard to tell when I'm truly speaking from my heart. And honestly, I'm always speaking from my heart. It's just that sometimes the emotions get stirred so deeply that they show up more obviously than they do the rest of the time. So, anyway, thank you. Thank you so much for being here and for being here with me. It means a lot. And I am super excited to take you on this journey with me. I'm traveling on the other side of the world and learning, really deepening my own yoga practice, and also learning how to be a good yoga teacher for others. And I'll talk more about what I think I want my specialty to be tomorrow. So that'll be a topic in tomorrow's video. So because I've already gone on for long enough today. So anyway, thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks again for being here with me.